So we're asking whether or not the Invincibles were invincible. And the reason we're asking that, right, Benty, is because I just think that the title of it, Invincible, makes you sound just incredible.
Which we were.
Like a superhero.
Which we were.
But the problem I've got with that is that on the back of United beating you in the FA Cup and Middlesbrough beating you in the League Cup and Chelsea beating you in the Champions League, in that Invincible season, you drew twice with Portsmouth. You drew with Charlton. You drew with Fulham. You drew with Birmingham. You drew with Bolton. It's 3 League One teams and 1 Championship side. You drew 12 games in that Invincible season. 12, just over 31% of your games you drew. I just, it's not. I don't think it's the greatest season that all Arsenal fans believe it to be. You went unbeaten in the league. Here's the problem I've got with it. That could be matched, that feat, by a team that finishes with 38 points.
Well, not, because if they finish with 38 points, then they're not winning the...
No, but they've drawn it.
Doesn't matter.
No, I'm not talking about winning the... Okay, let me ask you this question.
No, because you're talking nonsense.
No, let me ask you this question before we move on.
First of all,
I haven't finished. My last question to you.
Your manager said it's the greatest feat that any team... Your manager...
No, he didn't.
Sir Alex Ferguson.
Treble.
Ask what your manager...
Let me ask you this question, then you can have your say. Just a yes or no, okay? If you did what you did, that feat, went the whole season unbeaten, but didn't win the league... Right? Are you still the Invincibles?
Say again, if what?
If you went the whole season, like you did, unbeaten, but you came second, but you didn't win the league, are you still the Invincibles?
Yeah, because you didn't get beat. But my point is...
That's exactly my point.
Well,
you could finish on 38 points and be the Invincibles.
If spots and maybes, Arsenal won the league that year by not losing the game in the league.
What I'm saying is you're saying that the accolade of being the Invincibles is up there with... But you've just told me that you didn't have to win the league for that.
No, but my point is, they have won the league. So whatever you're saying is irrelevant.
No, winning the league's unbelievable.
No, but you said if buts and maybes, it's all irrelevant. It's Arsenal.
I think it's totally relevant.
Arsenal went all season unbeaten. Your manager, Alex Ferguson, said, if you look at the quotes, he said it's the greatest thing. He thinks that Invincible season is greater than anything he ever achieved.
I think the City Centurions is better.
Listen,
you finished with 90 points that season.
When you won the treble,
sometimes that doesn't even win you the league.
When you won the treble, you had 79 points.
Not about Man United.
No, but it's embarrassing. 79 points is embarrassing.
No, nothing about the treble winning season is embarrassing.
And nothing about being going on.
I just think maybe the don't losables or the unbeatables is better.
If it was that easy, like we've seen Manchester City, who I think are a phenomenal team. We've seen Liverpool, who at their absolute maximum, brilliant. None of them go all season in the Premier League unbeaten.
Yeah, but this greatest Arsenal side drew with Portsmouth twice, 1-1, twice.
Doesn't matter, didn't get beat.
Drew with Charlton, drew with Fulham, drew with Birmingham, drew with Bolton. The greatest ever Invincibles. Draw.
Doesn't matter.
12 draws.
Doesn't matter how many draws you have. We still at 90 points and didn't get beat in the Premier League. Yep, got beaten in the FA Cup.
That's a really good achievement.
Got beaten in the
all of them.
Champions League.
FA Cup, League Cup, Champions League.
In the league, didn't get beat. And if it was that easy...
He didn't win all the games.
If it was that easy, other teams would have done it.
Do you think it will be done again?
By the looks of it, not in the minute, no. Doesn't look it. And as I said, I am not poo-pooing Man City's Centurions, because I think for Manchester City...
What do you think is a better achievement? Centurions or drawing 12 games?
Arsenal going a whole season unbeaten is incredible.
Drawing 12?
Yeah, whether you want to say draw or not, they still won the league.
12.
They won
Portsmouth
the league.
twice, Charlton, Fulham, Birmingham and Bolton. That is a little bit embarrassing, isn't it? Your greatest ever side.
No, not
really.
really.
Do you think Invincibles maybe is the wrong name for it?
No, I would call it the Invincibles. And even when you look at some of the players in that team, there's an argument you've got 2 of the top 5 players of all time in Premier League history in that team.
Terry won.
Bergkamp.
Well, he's not the greatest of all time.
No, because Thierry's the greatest. But I said Bergkamp's up there, one of the greatest.
Yeah. Which is why it amazes me you drew with Portsmouth twice.
Doesn't matter, it happens. These things happen. But to go, I still think...
Here's the thing. What's a bigger achievement? The season unbeaten or winning the league?
The bigger achievement is going a whole season unbeaten.
But you could equal that and finish mid-table.
Yeah, but you keep saying about it could happen, but Arsenal did both. They went unbeaten and won the league.
No, I know.
So regardless of if they drew 12 games...
Here's my question. Is it misleading?
No, it's not. Because if it was that easy, everyone would have done it. And we've seen some great teams.
But
we've seen Manchester United 08. That 08 team was frightening. Ronaldo, Tevez, Rooney.
You said it's harder to go the season unbeaten.
We've seen Liverpool. We've seen Manchester City dominate the Premier League for a number of years. Still can't do it.
Your Invincible side, do you think that's better than Man City Centurions if they went head-to-head?
I need to get the Centurions in, but I'd fancy this Arsenal team against anybody.
Do you think that winning the Premier League unbeaten, right, is a better achievement or is more difficult than winning the Champions League?
Yeah, of course it is. I think it's.
But you've not won the Champions League.
Yeah, but I get that. But my point is, I think it's harder to go with the consistency of the Premier League and how hard the Premier League week in, week out to go not get beat for a whole season. We've seen teams win the Champions League, which is an incredible achievement. Again, get not lucky, but you go, okay, somehow Matt found the way to the final and they've won it. Like I'll give you.
I know, but go on.
I was Spurs got to the Champions League final, right? You wouldn't say they were the second best team in the tournament, would you? But they somehow managed to find a way to get there.
Right.
38 games consistently. That's why a lot of teams always say, you speak to Pep, you speak to Fergie, your bread and butter's the league. 38 games, bread and butter.
Without a doubt. I just wonder, right? It's 19 years ago. In case you join us, it's 19 years ago today that 49 didn't become 50. You lost against Manchester United.
No, we lost against Mike Riley.
We lost against Manchester. Don't be bitter about it now, 14 years later.
I promise you. Go on YouTube.
Is it 14? It is 14, isn't it? It's 14 years later.
Go on YouTube and look at that game, Mike Riley decisions. Appalling.
That's part and parcel of football.
No.
I'm sure there was appalling games when you drew against Portsmouth, Charlton, Fulham and Birmingham.
No, I'm telling you.
And Bolton.
I'm telling you, Mike Riley, awful. But no, listen, I still think people that want to poo-poo it.
I'm not poo-pooing it. It's an unbelievable achievement, right? I just think it's the wrong name, Invincibles.
No, Invincibles. Didn't get beat.
We didn't win.
We did win the league.
You didn't win everything. You drew 12 games.
Doesn't matter.
You lost in the FA Cup. You lost in the league.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, here's a question. What's a better achievement? The treble, where United did lose in games in the league, or the Invincibles?
Listen, Treble's incredible, but 79 points shouldn't really win you any league. 79 points. I don't know what's going on in the league that year.
But what's better?
I'll take the Invincibles.
Is that better?
Well, obviously the 3 trophies is better than 1, of course. Okay. But I think
Steven Gerrard did the Invincible act with Rangers.
He did the treble.
Yeah, but it was the Invincibles.
The treble was unbelievable.
Does that count? Is that as good an achievement?
What,
Rangers being the Invincibles?
No, because they've got to beat one team, Celtic.
Okay.
Arsenal would have to go through Chelsea,
right.
United.
He's biting today.
Liverpool.
He's biting today. Arsenal fans and football fans. My question is, I just think the name of it, Invincibles, is wrong because you drew so many games against the likes of Fulham, Birmingham, Portsmouth, Charlton, Bolton.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.